NCIS is a beloved rhyme series that has run for 2 decades and continues to reel in fans even if the meaning of the title isn't always remembered. NCIS is a long-running series that features a unique premise that has helped the show endure. The series is inspired by a real-life organization and explores various crimes that the team must overcome. NCIS meaning may be simple, but it expands to various spin-offs that show how the team is always ready to fight crime across the USA. NCIS, which began airing in 2003 and recently finished its 21st season on CBS, is a military police procedural about a team of special agents who solve crimes that are perpetrated against or somehow involve members of the Navy and Marine Corps. NCIS began as a singular show about NCIS agents in the Washington, D.C. area, and over time, it has expanded into a multiple-show franchise. For the last 21 seasons, the show has been one of the most popular police procedurals on television, holding on to fans even through cast turnover, and recently, the franchise aired its 1000th episode. Currently, the NCIS team is run by Alden Parker, Gary Cole, who joined the NCIS team after being fired from the FBI for not arresting Leroy Jethro Gibbs. Mark Harmon, the former head of the NCIS Major Case Team, in Season 19. Timothy McGee Sean Murray, who joined the team early in Season 1, is the second in command on the team. The rest of the team includes former undercover agent Nick Torres, Wilmer Valderrama, former RDAC, Regional Enforcement Action Capabilities Training Team, member Jessica Knight, Katrina Law, medical examiner Jimmy Palmer, Brian Diazon, and Casey Hines, Diona Reasonover, the team's forensic scientist. As the show heads into its 22nd season, it appears to only be getting better. During the opening credits of NCIS, there is a note that reads, "The Naval Criminal Investigative Service, NCIS, is a worldwide federal law enforcement organization whose mission is to protect and serve the Navy and Marine Corps and their families." NCIS isn't just the name of CBS' popular show. It's also the name of the department where the characters work. And it's the name of a real government department. NCIS is the Naval Criminal Investigative Service and is an investigative branch within the Department of the Navy, DON. NCIS is responsible for criminal investigations involving the entities of the Navy and the U.S. Marine Corps, USNC, their service members, and affiliated civilian personnel. Most of the investigators in NCIS are civilians, and many of them were previously members of the military. These special agents are given the authority to investigate criminal acts in alignment with the Uniform Code of Military Justice, USMJ, and the criminal laws under the United States Code, USC, that collide with DON rules and regulations. The real NCIS was formed in December 1993 when the NIS, Naval Investigative Service, was dismantled after an investigative scandal. At a 1991 Naval Aviators reunion, known as the Tailhook Symposium, in Las Vegas, dozens of female military personnel and civilians were sexually harassed and assaulted by officers and other enlisted staff. Both the Navy and the Department of Defense Inspector General's office were tasked with investigating, and both investigations were deemed failures. Most of the involved officers and personnel received non-judicial punishments related to conduct unbecoming of an officer and false statement charges. Not a single officer was disciplined for sexual assault. As a result of the botched investigations, the Department of Defense overhauled the NIS and turned it into NCIS, where civilian leadership and civilian personnel were prioritized. As is true with any police procedural, there are aspects of the show that are true to life and aspects that are highly exaggerated. The producers and writers of NCIS often communicate with staff at the real NCIS to ensure they are handling their cases as authentically as possible. But there are still some major differences. The real NCIS doesn't have a medical examiner or forensic scientist on hand like the agents do in the show. Nor does the real NCIS struggle with quite as many jurisdictional issues as the team on NCIS seems to have.